Stephen King adaptations historically have varying quality, but one critical darling has become a bona fide hit on streaming following its underwhelming box office run. Starring Tom Hiddleston, Karen Gillan, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Mark Hamill, and Matthew Lillard, The Life of Chuck follows the events of Charles "Chuck" Krantz' life in reverse chronological order. The Life of Chuck, directed by Mike Flanagan, is based on King's novella of the same name. The film scored an impressive 80% from critics and 88% from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes, though it ultimately only earned $11.5 million in theaters globally. It made its streaming debut on July 29, 2025, reaching the top 10 shortly thereafter. According to Flix Patrol, The Life of Chuck is currently sitting at 9th place on the streaming charts. This situates it behind bigger 2025 releases such as 28 Days Later, Lilo and Stitch, Thunderbolts**, Materialists, and How to Train Your Dragon. Notably, 2015's Vacation, which stars Superman Skylar Gisondo, is also atop the charts at number 2 despite being an older film. What The Life of Chuck's streaming success means. Given the generally lower theatrical turnout in modern times, it isn't surprising that a smaller release such as The Life of Chuck didn't perform very well at the box office. That being said, many films nowadays are given new life on streaming. For example, Captain America: Brave New World was considered a flop. However, it was a massive streaming hit following its debut on Disney+. The Life of Chuck is exactly the kind of movie that often sees a resurgence on streaming. It was less that the film flopped due to quality, than that it was an indie film distributed by a smaller company. As the film reaches home audiences, word of mouth likely plays a role in its streaming success. The film's stars had a positive impression of the film. Star Wars and Batman, the animated series icon Mark Hamill praised the film and its director, Mike Flanagan. Likewise, Matthew Lillard said he couldn't be happier with the film, a notable statement since he is a big Stephen King fan. Our take on The Life of Chuck's streaming success? Tom Hiddleston as Chuck looking emotional while walking with Annalise Basso as Janice in The Life of Chuck. The modern film landscape doesn't always allow for smaller, indie films to be a commercial success, even with the hefty endorsement that automatically comes with being based on a Stephen King property. Nonetheless, The Life of Chuck is a success in how it chooses to expand upon the source material by adding more emotionally impactful and relatable moments.